Hello everybody, Rose Thorn here. Today I'm reacting to Foodie Beauty's live stream called Coffee Beeze. Today is the 4th of July and a lot of you are celebrating with family and friends and putting some quality time in. I'm sitting here with Booger. She's on my lap right now. Hi, Vlogs. So she's going to be, I guess, joining me for the react, or at least part of it. Speaking of Booger and having a pet, something to remind everyone that tonight there's going to be a lot of fireworks going off, a lot of very loud fireworks. That tends to scare pets, dogs, cats, whatnot. So I highly recommend those of you that have pets, if you normally let them outside, tonight might be a good time to keep them inside, or keep them inside and say play calming music or do something where they won't freak out, because loud noises do tend to freak out pets. So please keep your pets inside for tonight's festivities, because it can cause them a lot of anxiety and they might run off. And there goes Booger, speaking of running off. So back to Foodie Beauty. So she did a live stream today called Coffee Beeze, and this went on for 2 hours, and we're just going to sit in and see what she has to say. To catch everybody up, during the night, Foodie Beauty, she did a live stream on OnlyFans that lasted for exactly 10 minutes. And because nobody really showed up, because for half of that she was off camera, she cut the stream off. But I just watched a couple of minutes from this live stream. She was saying it wasn't working. If you were live streaming there for 10 minutes, obviously it was working, because if it wasn't, you wouldn't have been able to go for 10 minutes. It's just that you weren't getting a big enough audience, and you stuck your lip out, you threw a temper tantrum, and you left. But let's see what she has to say for this live stream. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let's get to, shall we? You know, this is not me being catty, but that's ridiculous. That mess is ridiculous. That's a hazard. You could trip and fall over something like that. There's just stuff everywhere. There's no reason for all of that to be there. You don't even have a walkway to walk safely from point A to point B. And the shame of it is, that could be a really nice bedroom if she kept it clean. And texting on her phone, like that can't wait for another time.
Wait for people to join, so I'm going to be going live on there at 11. Most people don't want to see me naked. The live streams are not going to be sexual.
So why not do
I
it
need
here?
to talk about my sex life on there. I have some really important plans.
Can we talk about your sex life for just a minute? Something I'd like to say about your sex life. Foodie, as someone that I'm single, and you're someone that you are technically single because you don't have anybody, you're not in a monogamous relationship with anyone, can I just say, as a single person, you are the nightmare that single people who are wanting a relationship or wanting to date, you are the nightmare that we are afraid of. You're that type of person. And what I mean by that is, when you're single, and if there's any thought in your mind of trying to find someone for companionship or a relationship or dating, what a single person does not want to run into is someone who has STDs and they know it and they do nothing about it, or someone who is a stage 5 clinger. And the moment they meet you, they get obsessed. You are that nightmare that another single person hopes they never encounter. So if you're over there wanting a relationship of any kind, you might want to fix yourself. Because as I said in my other react, I think it's horrible that you're running around full of infections and diseases and you're doing nothing about them. And you're not just going to be content with conversation. You want to get intimate with people. I think it'd be a good idea to get yourself straight, get yourself clean, get your mind right, make it to where a person can be intimate with you and there are no messy, infectious complications that come from that.
Yes, Miss Ollie. That's right. Live on OF at 11. I was, but nobody showed up. There was like 5 people in there, but I didn't give it much time.
Right, he didn't give much time. Not only that, but you've had your OnlyFans for the longest and you've barely done anything with it. So nobody's really paying attention to OnlyFans anymore. Even the people that are signed up, you basically ghosted your own OnlyFans because you want to be on YouTube. YouTube is your home. The Twitch and the OnlyFans, those were just backups in case YouTube yeeted your channel. So you really don't give a crap about either one of those platforms. You just use them as the backup in case something happens on YouTube.
Well, it is sexual. And for those who want to see me naked, you can on OnlyFans.
You know what though? If you're someone signed up to her OnlyFans, if your reason for being signed up is to see her naked, why bother paying the membership? She shows parts of her body for free on YouTube all the time. Why pay the $10 or $5 or whatever it is to see her naked when she flashes all the time on YouTube and you don't really have to pay for it?
Well, then they don't have to go join, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's just boobs. Just close your eyes. I don't know. It's like boobs. What's the big deal?
Yeah, but why are people going to pay $10 to see your boobs when they can see them almost for free on YouTube? You see, if you have something and you want to attach value to it, you've got to make it to where a person cannot see it anywhere else on the internet for free. If you're saying to people, I'm charging $10 for you to see my boobs, then that means they shouldn't be able to see it someplace else for free, which is the case with YouTube. You flash your boobs, your punani, your butt all the time for free. So once you do that, you can't turn around and charge people money for it.
Hi, Jamie. Oh, yeah. Twitch I'm going to do regularly, too. Oh, Janet, don't worry. That's true. My areolas have diabetes marks? What the hell does that even mean? Why are you so weird? I'm gonna put on my face. I just had a shower. And I need to do my makeup.
Something I want to point out real quick while it's in my head. So yesterday, Foodie went to Costco and she did a whole lot of shopping. A whole lot of shopping. She bought a lot of food, including, I believe it was over $500 in meat products, just in meat products alone. And today, she's got things to do. She's putting on her makeup. She's taking a shower. And I know that over here in the States, we celebrate the 4th of July, and the Canadian equivalent would be July the 1st. So their holiday has already passed. But I just got a theory that I want to pass by you guys. Since Foodie went to Costco last night and she got a whole lot of food, and today she's got things to do, I'm thinking there's a possibility that she might be going to see Natter and taking a whole bunch of food with her. That's what I think. I know he's in Montreal, she's in Ottawa, and it's a really long drive. But I just got this feeling that some of those groceries she bought yesterday were for him. It wasn't about her, it was about him. Just a theory. Y'all can tell me what you think.
People will be at the fireworks. I know. I'm going to get postcards. Oh my god.
But the postcard club, the whole premise was you were going to travel to exotic locations and send postcards from there. People did not pay the $10 per month to get postcards from where you are. That doesn't even make sense. What, are you just going to get postcards from Canada all the time? That's not why people signed up. And those people that are signed up to the postcard club, take note that Foodie has not gone anywhere in the last few months that you've been signed up, and she doesn't plan to go anywhere. So those of you that are signed up for the postcard club, you've already paid what, 30, 40, 50 bucks, and you haven't gotten one single postcard. And she hasn't even sent out the items she was supposed to send out. She promised, I believe it was Ashley Lamborghini, some Cuban coffee. Has she sent anything out? No. And that's why I call her a scammer. Because she's very quick about taking other people's money, but she does not deliver the goods or services promised for that money.
Or maybe I should switch it up because am I going to be traveling? No. I forgot about that. Okay, I'll go buy a couple of postcards. I'll go buy some postcards for the people who did join. And then maybe I'll just like you thought the booby pictures were hot? Thank you, somewhat, Steph. Ooh. Just wait till you see. Book flights to Nova Scotia. Enjoy, Bula. It's a huge muffin. Right, Vicky? Cats will not be silent if they haven't been fed. I canceled OnlyFans. I will rejoin if you're going to use it. Yes, I will be using it. Because the state of things are how we're going, I'm gonna need to, because I don't want to be canceled off of here for saying things I don't need to say.
So she just admitted that she's doing stuff for OnlyFans because she's afraid that YouTube will take her channel, and she does need a backup for income. The sad thing is that if Foodie had kept all the platforms running that she made, and if she produced content for each one of them that was unique to the platform, she would be doing quite well for herself. She had YouTube, She's got the Beeze show. She had the Shorts channel, Twitch, OnlyFans, Patreon. If she did content for all of those things, she'd be doing pretty okay for that. But that's the problem. She doesn't do content. She sets up the platform. She makes sure the first thing she does is set up the paywall part, but then she never produces content. The only thing she gives people are empty promises.
So I'm going to take my medication. You can ask.
You mean Pete's medication, because you haven't been to the doctor to get your medication. You're taking his. And by the way, Foodie, if you're taking Pete's medication for depression, as I understand it, you have to take that on the regular for about 3 weeks to perhaps a month before it starts to kick in. You know, if you start not taking it, you got to pretty much start all over again. You know, antidepressants do take time to kick in and start to work.
That's for a double seat, but you need a note of disability. I think the seatbelt extender is fine. Actually, I'm going to try to go places where I can book first class because it's roomier.
She got everything on mute. Like, why is she on her phone right now?
Miss Cooking, darling, why are you scamming people?
Yeah, why are you?
That's not the real Miss Cooking, girl.
But the question is still valid. Why are you scamming people? You don't have to. Making content is not that hard. It doesn't take that long. Why are you scamming people?
I want to tell you about an experience. I just want to talk about my sex life on there, like freely and openly. You know,
girl, what sex life? We can pretty much tell you don't get it because of how much you talk about it. You don't have a sex life. The only sex life you have is the one you imagine in your head.
oh, like I could have done it. I could have had a shower today. While talking, I can do like shower talk. So I find showering boring, you know, so I could just put my camera up there and shower and talk to you guys about stuff too. I don't have to worry about fupa slips or what I say. I can say whatever the hell I want on there. You know what I mean?
You know, you're right, Foodie. You can do a lot more on OnlyFans than you can on YouTube. The problem with OnlyFans is that you need a lot of people around you to be happy. You had a live stream last night on OnlyFans, but because not many people showed up, you cut the stream off. That's one of the things you don't like about OnlyFans is that a lot of people that are in your audience are not going to follow you over there and pay $10 for your content. They're not going to be part of your live stream. And I just can't see you being happy with 20 or 30 people in the audience. You need at least 100. You know, you're all about that attention. You didn't have that many people yesterday. You could have done the stream regardless and kept it up, but you cut off the stream. You were all huffy and puffy because not many people were talking back. And the people that were on there that were probably paying members, that wasn't good enough for you. You wanted an audience. That's why you love YouTube so much. It's a public platform and lots of people come to your chat room every time you turn on the camera. So yeah, you can do whatever you want on OnlyFans, but the big question is, are you going to be happy with the number of people in the room to keep the stream going and actually do one?
I have. Yeah. I want to set up a podcast area today. Maybe that's what I'll do.
Maybe you should work on content for the platforms that you already have before you start something new. There's an old saying, y'all, jack of all trades, master of none. So that means somebody who wants to do everything, but they never become a master at anything because they're so spread out. That's Foodie. She likes to start things, but she doesn't know how to continue things and end things. Let me do this, let me do that. She'll get things started and then stop. Work on the platforms you already have before you make something new, Foodie.
Yes.
Are you going to charge people for the podcast too? Just wondering.
I have a date. Do you wish you had saved your dick cheese story? Stop it!
Yeah, that was gross.
23. Oh my God. I feel so bad. I feel so gross.
You should.
Yeah, it's a bit young. But God damn, you should see this guy. Right away. Match. They all have the
Wait,
freaking
what?
energy. That's what I've been having it set at. Most of them have kids. Most of them are just fed. And I was looking through. Normally, I hide my filter set at like men who are 37 to 50. That's what I've been having it set at.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them have kids. Most of them are just boring, or like.
What's wrong with a person who has kids? Guys who have kids are usually very responsible because of their obligations to their children. What's wrong with a responsible guy? You're over there discriminating against guys who are nice guys. Maybe they're single dads. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with a single dad, a guy who has kids. A lot of people in their 30s already have children. There you are with your ridiculous standards. Ridiculous, Foodie, they're ridiculous. You're looking for a guy who has no children. He can't be too nice of a guy because if he is, he's boring. He can't be too loving. There's got to be this element of fighting with him. Has got to be somebody that has no problem with you talking about him or his family or what you guys do in private on YouTube on a daily basis. Oh, and he also has to have the body of an Instagram model. Got to have the washboard abs, be athletic, although you yourself are not athletic. You're not in good health. You've got ridiculous standards for men. All these standards, all of these ridiculous standards, but yet what are you offering in return that you can impose these standards? It's weird that you got all these standards for men online and that you do sleazy things up against the side of your car with guys that you don't know, guys that you say are infected. So standards for guys online maybe, but when you get really desperate, who cares about standards? I don't know.
You know, they're all settled, and so I'm like, listen. I went back to the settings and set it to 21 to 23. Oh my God. I feel so bad. I feel so gross. Yeah, it's a bit young.
Yeah, it is.
You should see this guy. Right away. Match. They all have the freaking energy of a freaking cheetah. Oh my god! And it's so I gotta talk to you guys about it. And I can't talk about it here. Why? Chantal. No, I'm not. Hey, I think I'm gonna get.
You know, let's talk about dating profiles for a minute. We've all seen Chantal with her very heavily edited photos, very heavily edited, using the face filters, using the contour filters to slim down her face, using the filters to smooth out her skin, wearing a wig so that nobody knows that she doesn't have hair. You know, her pictures are heavily filtered. So you got to know when she goes on these dating profiles, she's not showing herself as she really is. She's showing a different version of herself. And on top of the physical appearance, the people that are looking at her, they don't know there's a whole lot of crazy beneath her skin. You know, the clinginess and the obsessiveness and the bad habits and the addictions. They don't know any of that. Again, she is the nightmare that single people hope they never run into. They hope to run into somebody decent. They got their head together. They're being honest on their profile about who they are and what they want. She is the nightmare that single men hope they never run into. But if she's going on to dating hookup sites with these edited pictures of herself, describing herself in any sort of way that's untrue, even if the guys like her, they're not really liking her. They're liking the version of her that she is editing and putting out there. So, Foodie, if you're telling a bunch of lies to make yourself more appealing just to get more matches, understand this. Those guys are not liking you for the real you. They're liking the illusion you're putting out there. And as long as you do that, as long as you're putting out the illusion, nobody's ever going to fall in love with the real you.
A bit smaller. And no experience. Yes. Jackhammered. 22. 22 is old enough, yeah. It doesn't feel right though. But
You know, I will say this, there are lots of younger men who like the older women because they're more mature. They want the cougars. But generally the cougars are looking for are well adjusted, know who they are, stable, solid, got their act together. You know, that's the ideal cougar. She's not a cougar. She's the nightmare. She may be older, but she's not the ideal cougar. You know, she's just not. She wants these younger men because she thinks, oh, they're so inexperienced and they got all this sexual energy. But she's not in the cougar category. Chantal, I'm 51. I would be considered a cougar, but I'm not interested in younger men. Nothing against the younger guys, sorry. Not interested in that. I want somebody closer to my age so that we got something to talk about. We got things in common. You know, nothing against older women who want to be with younger men. That's just my preference, but you just want the younger men because you think they'll be more vigorous in bed. But even then, even if a younger man is looking for an older woman, you would not be it. Nope.
Fupa training. Hide your sons! Hide your sons! Hide your sons. There's a Fupa beauty on the prowl! Okay, let's get ready.
Girl, you can't prowl. You more like crawl. You can't prowl anywhere. You're out of breath if you try to prowl.
Oh, Bob and
You know, I do think it's interesting that she's got standards for men where they have to be fit and athletic. She will not go after a man who is got a dad bod or is a little bit overweight. She discriminates against people who might be you know, a little bit extra. It's weird because she doesn't want people fat shaming her, but in her own way, she's fat shaming other people, potential partners. Oh, I can be morbidly obese, but if you're my partner, you're not allowed to be that. You're not allowed to be a little bit chunky or fluffy or a little bit wide. No, it has to be somebody who's fit. So again, Foodie, if you are expecting someone to be athletic, shouldn't you be athletic or at least fairly in shape? Because generally people who are athletic, they're active, they go out and do things. They're not about that life of sitting around the house and binging on food. They want to go hiking and walking and swimming and doing different activities. And they're looking for people that share the same interests. So you can look at people who are athletic and fit and daydream if you like. Nobody's saying you can't do that, but if you're looking for a life partner and you've got all these ridiculous standards for somebody else, shouldn't you have them for yourself too?
Where is he from? Somewhere in the Middle East.
There we go again. I think she purposely picks people to talk to that aren't in Canada, because if they're far away, there's no chance they will ever meet her and know who she really is and what she's about. Honestly, I'm sure there's plenty of men in Canada. It's just that she doesn't want the possibility of that person discovering the truth about her, the whole truth.
Ah. My needs and being safe about it. 100%. Oh, I need to call the doctors.
Girl, if you caught three STDs, and I've heard recently you caught another one, obviously you're not being safe. And yeah, you do need to start with that. You need to get your hoo-ha fixed, get that all squared away before you open your legs to another man. It's not right to be spreading your viruses all over the place. No, no, get that fixed. And then from that point forward, be safe, wrap it up, make sure it's wrapped up. Don't be raw dogging, not even this way, okay? You can get infections there too. Obviously you have, because your throat's been kind of funky in the past. If you're going to go out there and do this, be safe about it. If not for you, for other people.
Police Beeze. Yeah, call the cops. He's legal. Nothing wrong with that. Taking my diabetes medication. It's actually just my antidepressants.
You mean pizza's medication?
I can't finish a whole chocolate muffin because they're too large. I am back on my feet, Joey.
Why couldn't she make these phone calls off stream? Yeah, so she left again. Look at that mess. It's just, that's ridiculous. That bothers me so much. That bothers me so much. No. You don't even have a safe walkway from point A to point B. There's no reason for that mess. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, hold on. Okay. I also feel like, yes, I'm ready to move on to a new chapter, and that chapter will be travel beezing. And whatever that's going to look like, I got to plan that. First step is getting my finances, my life, everything in a good place. Secure my life, my health, my future, so that I'm able to do these things that I want to do. Yes. Walks and bringing people. Yes, therapy walks, definitely. Maybe we can go for a walk like this evening with pizza around the block. I don't want to leave too far from home. I just want to stay at home right now, focus on my home, getting it in order. Still have a lot of work to do on it.
Foodie, why don't you get a treadmill? They cost, I think, maybe a couple $100. You can set it up in the living room area or something, or in your bedroom, and you can walk whenever you want. And you won't have to be out in the heat. And you can use that for content if you wish. I've been saying that for the longest. Get a freaking treadmill and you can walk whenever you please, and you can burn some calories that way. And you can use it for content. So there's that.
Emergency care plan. Yeah. Ah, that's a good idea. When I'm going into crisis, yeah, what he can do, because my mental health, I don't know, I've been really unstable, and I'm surprised myself that I act certain ways, you know. But mostly when I'm off my meds. So I have to stick to my medications. Definitely, for sure.
But you're not on your medications right now. You're on Pete's medication. And you shouldn't be doing that. You should leave his medication alone. He suffers from depression. He needs his medication. Stop taking his pills, Foodie.
Tonight, and then Twitch, I want to do a sleepover party at least once a week. Slumber party. We do like a watch party, and I do a sleep stream or something. Maybe a watch. I don't know. The gaming will come eventually. I don't want to take on too many things while I'm getting myself in order. But I do want to keep up with those platforms. Those are the platforms I'll keep up with. Pretty sure
You know, I'm so mad at her. As a gamer, I am so freaking mad at her. She's got a gaming computer that she's had for the longest, and she made a big deal over getting the gaming PC so she could do gaming content on Twitch, and it's not been used for that. And I'm over here with a computer that's still not working. It got put together and it's still not working. The person who put it together, they're going to come back over after the holiday and look at it and fix it. But I've been itching to give you guys gaming content. I want to move away from Foodie Beauty and do different things and do creative things. And the only thing stopping me is this freaking machine right next to me. But she's got the means to do really great content and she's not using it. Foodie, give me the freaking computer. Let me show you how I can utilize that doggone thing. Seriously. Am I sounding a little bit jealous? I kind of am. I mean, because I'm a gamer, it's like I want a gaming PC so I can finally game again. The only thing stopping me is just some mechanical parts. But it's just frustrating. When you see someone, when they got the tools to do great content and they're not doing anything, and then when you've got the urge to do something and yet you don't have the tools, you know, it's like it's a waste. It's a waste to sit there and have something that you could do all kinds of stuff with, and it's just sitting in a corner gathering dust. Meanwhile, somebody could use it, doesn't have it. Foodie, what'd you get the gaming PC for? Why? I don't want to take on too many things. It wouldn't take anything to learn how to do gaming content on Twitch. You know what I think? My theory? I think you don't want to do gaming content because honestly, your heart's not in it. You're not a real gamer. You might play games on occasion like the Mario Kart, but you're not seriously into gaming. And I'm sure you don't like the idea of being on Twitch and the game, whatever it is, that's the main attraction. Not you, not your life, not your messy life. It's the game, you playing the game. The game is in the main window. Your little window is down here in the corner. Maybe your ego just can't deal with that. Oh, everybody's watching the game. They're not watching me. You're not a real gamer. You don't have a passion for playing video games, but you got a gaming PC. If you're not going to use it, give it to Pete. He's into gaming more so than you. Give it to him. Let him have it.
OF, Twitch, and here. So, and I want to create a company, like a brand for myself that I can make products and have something to fall back on, like an actual business.
You know what? I'm going to keep it real with y'all. As far as Foodie and her brand, the Foodie Beauty brand is already past the point of saving. It already is. Because of what her brand represents. Because of everything she's already put on her channel the last 4 years. The only way she could save her brand, if she wanted to truly rebrand, is to get rid of all of her past content, every single bit of it, and start fresh and do something new. I'm not saying that by doing that it would erase it off the internet and kiwi farms and everywhere else, but I'm just saying as long as her current content is on her channel, that's going to hurt her brand. All the content where she was raging and being racist and being offensive to people and treating people like crap and the binge eating and the doing drugs, that's negative to one's brand. Because when companies look to see who they want to sponsor or who they'll take on as a representative, they're going to look at everything you've done. They're going to look at your channel and go, oh my God, look at this, what this woman's done. Don't want that associated with us later. Yeah. The Foodie Beauty brand it's already ruined as far as other companies backing you up and sponsoring you. What you can do for yourself is just get rid of all the past content. Erase it. Get it off your channel. Start fresh. It's not going to remove it from everywhere else, but at least it won't be on your channel. And then start to do different content. Much different, positive content. As long as you get all the past videos on your channel, that's going to hurt you. You know nothing about brands, though, and marketing and all of that. That every time you do a video or something on OnlyFans, you are establishing your brand. You are establishing your own reputation. And with every video, every picture you post, you're showing, this is me. This is what I represent. And what you represent is nothing good. It just isn't.
So I have a lot of, I want to travel. I have a lot of goals, and I honestly don't. I'm for a boyfriend. So for me, I think what it's going to look like for me in the future is just having a whole bunch of different partners.
What?
And connections. Like for me, monogamy is going to look like, I don't want monogamy in my life. I want meaningful connection.
Well, then, if you don't want monogamy, why were you wanting Natter to marry you? Why were you wanting him to claim you? Girl, stop. You were over there looking at wedding dresses on Torrid. You went in his chat once and you're like, I got the ring, claim me. You wanted to be married to this man. You wanted him to own you. You wanted him to claim you. I really wish that you would just find a truth and stick to that truth. That it didn't change every 5 minutes. That's what makes everybody so crazy on this side. The fact that you have no truth. That your truth all depends on your mood, or if you're mad at somebody or not mad. Your truth keeps flip-flopping. You're a flip-flopper. You are flaky. Find a truth and stick to that. Just stick to that. Whatever it is. If you want to see Natter, he wants to see you, and that's how it is, then that's your truth. If you're not seeing him and you want to change your life, and that is the truth, then stick to that. Stick to something. That's your problem. You don't stick to anything except being toxic. And the whole being toxic thing, it's wearing everybody out. It's wearing you out. It's wearing out the reactors, the audience. Everybody's getting worn out, burnt out, done. We're burnt over here, not burned, burnt. We just want the truth. That's it. Consistency. Consistency. That's another important thing for a channel. Being consistent with your content and with who you are. People look for honesty, sincerity, and consistency. Because videos and pictures and whatnot, that's the only way people have to get to know you. And live streams too. And the only thing you've been consistent with is the toxic garbage you spew on everybody on a daily basis. So if you're changing your life around, you got to be consistent with that. You can't just flip it off like a light switch after a couple of days.
Connections with people. Male, female, in between, what the fuck ever. If that's like pan, I don't know. I like pansexual art. I want to. You just started a business? Really, Amanda? Okay. Like, did you incorporate? I want to like incorporate and just put a whole bunch of shit under my umbrella.
See, that's your first mistake. That's your first mistake. You want to put a whole bunch of things under your umbrella. You kind of already have that. You have YouTube, which you can work on. You've got OnlyFans, which you can also work on. You've got Twitch. You've got 3 platforms. You've already got a bunch of stuff under your umbrella, and you're not taking very good care of any of them. Hence why everything's a mess. So you've got 3 things already established. You need to work on those things. You know, if you spread yourself too thin, you're not going to be able to do anything. Start with just a few things you've got, and if you want to do more, then you could do more later. But doing too much is a bad thing. You know, you got to get into the groove of doing the content, putting it out there, having a schedule with that, being consistent with it, and letting people know you are consistent, doing interesting content that people will pay for. You know, whatever brand is out there, it's got to be consistent. People got to know they can rely on you. That when you say, I'm going to have content once a week or twice a week, they got to know that you're going to keep your word. They got to be able to trust you. Once they trust you, they'll start investing in you. But if you're showing no consistency, people are not going to trust you, and they're not going to invest financially in you.
All girl arc. But I think that, you know, they say like peak sexual life around my age, and I think that's true. Like, because you become more comfortable in yourself. You understand yourself, your sexuality, your needs, what you want, what you don't want. And you want a Foodie Beauty hoodie.
I would like to take a moment to say something about womanhood. Just something that I've come to know. It's weird being a woman. Because when you're very, very young, like in childhood, you're very comfortable in your own skin. And then in your teenage years, something happens. You start to question yourself, doubt yourself. You know, you start looking around for ways to make yourself sexy or more appealing to the opposite sex, or sometimes the same sex. You know, you're looking at things to add to your value. And then something happens when you're 30s. You start to come back to that childhood a bit. You start to figure out who you are, what you want, what you're about. You become comfortable in your own skin again. Just something that happens with most women. You just start out comfortable in your own skin, and then there reaches a point where you're not. You feel insecure. You want to be sexy, and you want to be appealing, and so you're reaching at things to make that happen. But then in your 30s, you realize, I don't need things to be attractive or sexy. I can just be myself. And so you reach that point of childhood all over again. Unfortunately for Foodie, she's not that older woman who's gone through that transition. She's got a whole lot of things going on inside of her, outside of her, that she needs to fix. So you're not comfortable in your own skin, Foodie. And how I know this is because you're over there. You work so hard using filters to alter your appearance in pictures and on video. Clearly, you're not comfortable. Clearly, you're talking to guys in other countries because you don't want the possibility of anybody seeing you as you are and rejecting you. You don't want to be rejected. So you live a lie. If you were comfortable with yourself, you would not live a lie. You wouldn't tell lies about who you are, about how much you weigh. You would just be yourself. You don't know how to be yourself. You don't like yourself.
Yay! Turkish horrors are brilliant. I think I'm gonna create like a brand. Oh, the gins. Oh, gins are freaky. I didn't raise the OnlyFans price. I cut it in half. I might cut it in half. I cut it in half. What I could do maybe is cut it in half to like $5 a month for everyone to afford it. And then do like a weekly podcast. Any extra sexual content other than like a few nude pictures here and there will just be put under a paywall and sent in a message so that you can purchase it yourself if you want to see it. How about that? Travel, eat, have safe sex, and write a book about it. Yeah, fucking right. This is what I want in my future. I fucking feel, I feel happy that I feel like I have a goal and now I just need to work it out. You know. Beeze needs a great psychiatrist that's going to listen to her.
You know, it would benefit her greatly if she got herself straight, started taking care of her health before doing any kind of traveling. Because at her current state, if she tried to travel, she'd be very uncomfortable. Like, it would not be a fun experience for her. She has trouble moving. She has trouble breathing. Her body is not in the best health. And you want to be in good health when you travel. That way you can enjoy yourself more. You can enjoy the environment. And you can feel good about being around people and doing things, going out dancing, going out to dinner with strangers and making new friends. You want to travel, Foodie? It would benefit you to take care of yourself before that happens. And you got a lot to deal with. You got a lot to get straight. You've neglected yourself, your health, your environment for a long time. And for God's sakes, if you're going to travel, take care of your pets. Take them to the vet. Get everything done with them that needs to get done before you go. Don't just travel and leave them behind sick and ungroomed.
Or test her for everything. I know. I would be even willing to pay for one. Maybe I should go to the States and pay for a private psychiatry. Because I'm not getting that here. You can't do that here. But in the States, if
Foodie, you had a therapist and you were complaining about the therapist. You had a fit because the therapist was busy and because they couldn't talk to you. And so their secretary, I think it was, try to refer you to other places or say, hey, you can talk to me, and that wasn't good enough. You were acting like a Karen and saying, well, I want to talk to her right now. Psychiatrists are usually very busy and they can't talk to you when you want to talk to them. But if you want to talk to somebody, I'm sure there are other resources that you could use. If you really, really want the help and you really want someone to talk to, there are other ways. It's just that, again, just like with men, you got ridiculous standards for other people. You want everybody on your time, and you forget that they have their time and they've got things to do. They can't just drop everything for you. But if you're sincere about wanting to help, then you'll work around other people who want to help you, and you'll make the time, and you won't bitch if they can't give you right then and there.
if I just go up to upstate New York, it's like an hour away. I could get maybe someone there. You'd buy a book on the story of my life? Really? And anyone can write a book these days and publish it. Onision has done a few books.
I'm a writer, and Foodie's over here talking about writing a book. That's funny. Writing a book takes work. First, you got to have something interesting to say. Then you got to put it down on paper or Microsoft Word or something and type it all up. Can anybody picture Foodie sitting down for hours and hours and hours and putting something together and then doing the research on how to publish or self-publish and talking to people about getting it published and trying to sell the book to other people and the marketing and the advertising behind it and putting it up on Amazon for sale. That's a lot of work that she's not going to do.
I have a lot of goals in life. I have a lot to keep me busy. And I was just stunted by my own personal demons, you know, and this draining relationship I was in. So yeah, you can self-publish on Amazon. True. Anyone can sue. Business insurance? Okay. See, this is your immediate doom. So he didn't look back. And then when he got home, he heard laughter and taunting for a little while. And Bibi never he's really no nonsense. You know what I mean? Poor Bibi, you know.
Yeah, poor
Purpose
Bibi.
drop? Yes. Oh, don't worry. Also, my business is going to be like, yeah, like some kind of clothing. I need to find a good. Can do its job on everyone. I think I would get in trouble with the FDA.
Making all these plans. Oh, sorry about that.
Did people make fun of you at Costco? I don't know. Do you think I noticed? That's their problem. I'm just living my life, grocery shopping. Why you gotta be such a hater? Rock the cradle of love. How does that go again?
Don't sing that song. I love that song.
Edit his face and show us? I can't. It's 18. So that makes sense. Okay. It should be like 18 for everything at least. She's getting her a son.
I'm just trying to skip ahead of
Making a lot of money towards my future. You know, all my money is now going back to me and my fucking channel, not to any bums. Tracy Lee, welcome to Grand Park Beaches where you said please. Not any bums like friggin'. No, I'm not. Welcome, Tracy. Welcome, welcome.
Let me see if there's anything else of note here before I cut it off.
Money is hard to come by for most.
Yep,
yeah, I know.
That's true. And you're over there on YouTube making thousands and you're not the least bit grateful. All the time you spent on YouTube and the thousands you've made, what do you have to show for it? Nothing. Not even good health.
It is, yeah. He smelled after, I realized after, because I don't know, what are you going to say? Can you show us? Yes, his sex face. I need to show you his sex face. When he's laying in bed, I need to show you. Ugh.
Can I just tell you something, Foodie? If you want a guy in your life to stick around for more than 5 minutes, ain't nobody going to stick around for a woman that they're going to be exposed on YouTube. Like, if this is what you do to every single guy that comes near you, is it anyone or nobody's near you? You're just talking too much.
Oh my god, the squeaking. Who's Mustafa? We gotta give this guy a name though. Well, I'm glad I used a friggin' what's it called? Condom. Yes, I did. I'm never not using it. Are you kidding me? I need to get more. I need to get some for myself. Didn't I have some? The men just always have them, usually.
off your phone and talk to people.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe you're right. Culturally, maybe not all, but I see what you're saying. Like a certain attitude, maybe. I don't know. See?
I don't want to hear
Sarah,
about the men
thanks
in
for
our
being
life.
a friend. I lost my best friend 1 year ago to mental health. She was 9 months pregnant. Your streams have brought me comfort. Oh my God, Sarah. I'm so sorry to hear that. I thank you for being here. Ready, set, repeat, Sarah. Oh, everyone.
She's like, oh, thank you for being here. Ready, set, Beeze. It's like, how sympathetic do you feel if you're doing that directly afterwards?
Sarah, hug. That's sad. Good for me, I guess. Never compare yourself. Yeah, and I'm never letting a person treat me like I let him treat me. I'm not. Nope.
Okay, guys, this looks like it's getting kind of boring, so let's move on to the comments because I like to finish out with the comments. Chris P. Bacon says, I'm not freaking old enough to be his mom, am I? Oh God, that's hot. Foodie Beauty, Chantal, 7422. So she's got some weird fantasies, our girl, apparently. Chantal's Cuba Rage says, I have my eating under control. I feel like a new person. It doesn't look like she's got her eating under control if she's sitting there eating a muffin and drinking a soda, because that's not really good for diabetes, is it? Laura of the Valley says, I just had a shower, not even 10 minutes into the live, and she's already lying. Well, her idea of a shower and my idea of a shower are different. Usually when you go into the shower, you're in there long enough to make sure everything gets clean. But I guess for Foodie, it's just, you know, rinse off and go. Love Ripley says, I was just watching a trailer with my kids and realized all the guys she talks about are minions. There's Kevin, unicycle minion, motorcycle minion. Just saying, she could have been a little more creative with her storytelling. West Coast Last says, people haven't gotten postcards yet? Nope, not a single person. Suzanne Sylvia says, it's so mean-spirited to come on a public platform and demean a man or anyone's genitalia and how they smell, look when having sex, etc. Especially when you claim he watches your channel. Would you like that? What's wrong with you? Yeah, and without wanting to, I've seen Chantal's genitalia. I didn't ask to see it. I did not want to see it. It's because of all the evil people on Twitter. But I've seen it. And considering what I've seen, I don't think she's in a position to criticize anybody else's genitalia. Let's just put it that way. Sarah Abbey says, only Chantal would not be embarrassed by the fact she can only get young men from a foreign country who are acting like they want her in hopes to get a relationship to get into the United States or stay in the US. So sad. But then again, it's Chantal, so I don't feel bad for her. Well, she's very predatory, our girl. She's a predator. You know, she looks for men that she can take advantage of, that are weak in some way or needing in some way. She's not looking for a well-adjusted man who has a job, has a car, has the option to walk away. She wants to literally trap a guy into a relationship with her. Sarah Abbey says, okay, Chantal, if you felt there was nothing wrong with being fat, let alone you wouldn't post the most absurd pictures of yourself that look nothing like the way you normally do. I guess today is delusional day. Okay. Well, I said that a while ago. You know, she's over there crowing about she's comfortable in her own skin. Well, put that to the test. Take the filters off your phone and show us what you really look like. Show everybody else what you really look like. When you go on dating profiles, show them what you look like. Say how much you really weigh. And then if you get responses from guys, you know that they like you for you, not for the edited version of you that you put out to the world. Let's see if there are any more comments. I'm sure that there's quite a few more since I started reacting to this. Let's see.
I'm not going to let anyone ruin
Shut
my
up,
fourth.
Chantal.
Yeah.
Shut up. I'm done with you. I want to talk to the people. Let's see. Louise says, just remember that she has time to drive hours back and forth to Nad's in Lachine and go buy him a We Care package. But she didn't buy or send postcards because you're not important. Just like Nad spends his money on his family is because they are important to him. He doesn't spend money on Chantal because Chantal is also not important to him. Well, you know, as far as life and priorities, you always take care of things that are your priorities. So if you're someone and someone's not talking to you or not doing things with you, that's, unless they're really busy, because life does get in the way sometimes of people spending time together. If you're not a priority to somebody, you're not a priority. Laura of the Valley says she advertised postcards as a perk for a paid tier membership and has no plans on delivering that promise. It is officially acceptable to call her a scammer. Well, I was calling her that way before now. Susan says, Chantal, if you want to talk about adult topics, make your streams 18 plus. YouTube is family friendly. Save it for OnlyFans. Agreed. Either make it 18 plus or take it to OnlyFans. And if you want to make money with OnlyFans, that's where the adult stuff should go. Not a fan says, I think you'll heal faster if you stop aspiring to promiscuity. I think you're running from facing the emotional fallout of this stuff with the evil one. But you can't run forever, and time, it only makes it worse when you try. It's hard to face our demons and just sit with them. But if you can, it works. Well, this whole thing with her madness is not going to stop until she makes it stop. Fibronalcy says predator, noun, a person or group that ruthlessly exploits others. A sexual predator. Her wealth made her vulnerable to predators. Well, I've been calling Chantal a predator for the longest because of her behavior. Laura of the Valley says at 7 minutes 13 seconds, she lies and says she just showered and then slips up and admits at 14 minutes 15 seconds that she hasn't had a shower. See, why lie about things like that? If you haven't had a shower, then why lie and say that you did? Just lying when you don't have to. Elizabeth Bennett says even the most educated, renowned psychiatrist in the world wouldn't be able to help with this. What a mess. I'm of the opinion that it would take more than one professional to help Chantal. She's got many different issues. She would literally need a team of specialists working on her, sorting out through all of her multiple layers and issues, because there's just too many. There's way too many. One person couldn't do it. She's got issues with food. She's got addiction. She's got stuff going on in her head. It would take people that specialize in certain fields working with her to sort them all out. Selena says, this train has gone off the rails, continuously rolled down the side of a mountain, and exploded at the bottom of a ravine. Yep, sure has. KC says, LMAFAO. She spent the whole weekend chasing Natty, and she says she spent it with the Moroccan guy. All those lies, was he in a box? Or I know she can't make up her mind who she spent her time with. Lying when she doesn't have to. What? Louise says her laughing when her VIB tells her she spent part of the $700 a month disability check on her membership. Chantal, you're so out of touch with reality. Sort it out. If you're on disability, why are you spending it on Chantal? Like, how does that benefit you? I don't get it. Oops, sorry. Miss Power says, you're going to embarrass yourself so bad with a 22-year-old. Kind of weird you go for a freshly immigrated, non-English speaking youngin'. Not pathetic at all. No, not pathetic at all. Again, she's looking for guys that are weak in some way and disadvantaged. Those are the ones she wants. Because those are the guys that might put up with it because they're desperate enough. Hold on a minute. Somebody's saying I didn't get a single ad. Is she demonetized? Well, because of her content, it might be labeled as 18 plus, which means limited ads. So that might be why. Trish Likes Fish says, let me guess, it's only the 4th and you're running out of money already, hence the reason for all these new ideas and OnlyFans crap. Yeah, she's got a cycle with that. When she starts running out of money, suddenly she's scrambling for ideas to make money. Louise says, still talking about BB. Chantal, stop this. This is absolutely ridiculous, talking about BB every day. I honestly want to know why she somehow manages to bring him into her conversation every day. She's obsessed. Can someone enlighten me why she talks about him every day? Because she needs content. And there might be an element in her head of knowing that she had a good thing and she messed it up. He was the one that walked away from her because she pushed him too far and he wasn't going to put up with it. There might be that too. Just it haunts her knowing that she had a good man and she screwed it up. She royally screwed it up. Brooke A says, I'm so out of this chat and off of this channel. When I'm not in the chat, you constantly mention asking where I am. You constantly ask me if I'm Joe when you know that I'm not. It's exposing and blasting me for no reason, and I'm not a fan of it. And when I type 2 comments, I get bitched at. Meanwhile, there's people in their chat who's way cranky, but they get no rude comments back. It's so disgusting. Maybe I'd like to be able to type crap without being attacked. I've never heard of a YouTuber being so damn disrespectful to audience members. Saying I'm cranky, yeah, after I'm being attacked by some person I don't know, it's gross. Well, Chantal and her chat are not known for being cordial to people. So there's that. West Coast says, don't take it personal. She's mean to everyone, even her most loyal followers. Yeah, that's true. It's absolutely true. So that's it for the comments. So I'm done doing this react. I hope you guys have a very safe, happy 4th of July. Please stay safe out there. Remember to bring your pets in because there's going to be loud explosions tonight. It'd be a good idea if they're outside to bring them inside at least for the night. And also, please be careful about driving tonight. If you can stay somewhere, please do, because there might be a lot of intoxicated people out on the road and potentially very unsafe driving conditions. So take care of yourselves out there. Have a happy, safe 4th of July and have a good one, and we'll speak later. Bye now.